So Arsenal Football Club have won another game of football and another game of football where they have not made it easy for themselves. And to be honest, I was very confident throughout the game that we are going to win, but it was like they can score from anywhere. Bournemouth are a team that don't care. I don't think they care about results. I don't think they fear that they will ever get relegated. They haven't won in 11 Premier League games now. I still don't think they care. They play football like they don't care. They know that everyone is going to take their players. They took all their defenders. Now they are going to take someone new. But they keep playing how they play, and they are dangerous. They can shoot from anywhere. They get bodies into the opposition box. They have had more chances than us. They might have had. They might have beaten us on the XG as well, which no other team has done. Like I don't remember the last time we were beaten on XG. So yeah, good team, good away game. It was not easy at all. I thought it is going to be easy because you saw I pointed out in the preview as well where this area is going to be very weak for Bournemouth, and then set pieces are also going to be very weak for Bournemouth, and that is where the all three goals came for Arsenal. But the fact that even Mikel Arteta's last substitution, I will never understand when we are up a goal. Why do you change your number 10? Why do you bring Odegaard off for Merino? And then Merino continues to play the same position. Like you literally downgrade and you give away the opportunity where Odegaard can run to the opposition box and keep possession there. You lose a technically superior player for Merino. Merino is technically okay, but he's not Odegaard. So found it difficult, and obviously the first halves throughout the season, the first halves have been absolutely confusing, average, but not that good to be very honest. And I don't know what to really make of it because a lot of times when we are playing the first half, it is almost like we are waiting for the other team to show what they can really do, and then we try to react to it. So I need us to be on it from the first whistle, but I think we are also choosing our games, which games to be on our best and which games to not be on our best, sort of thing we are doing right now. And to be honest, it is fine. It is fine. It is not like we need to go full throttle every single game. We can relax a bit in a few other games, but I still feel like uh, if Arsenal want to really cement their place at the top spot now, they have to obviously get the wins, but they have to make victories a lot more comfortable because a lot of fixtures are going to come now. We are going to have FA Cup fixtures, Carabao Cup semi-finals, and then we are going to also have Champions League fixtures. And I think players like Ebreche, who have absolutely been thrown out of the team for literally like doing. I know why Averages is not playing, and it is a very harsh punishment, but it is what it is. That is what happens if you don't follow the rules in this football club, and it is a learning curve for Averages as well. I think Gyökeres, him, the only great thing Gyökeres always does is to occupy the space and then bully defenders so that we can win the second ball in this zone. Then we can pass it to a right winger and then he can create. Obviously, Madueke created that beautiful opportunity. He just exploited this weak zone, just went straight to it, gave the ball, and then obviously Gabriel making up for his mistake. That mistake is actually it is pathetic. Like you should not be making those sort of mistakes, and he needed to make up for it, and he did pretty well in that as well. So yeah, not too much. Like I'm not going to complain too much about Gabriel. Like he has done a lot for us, and it will be silly if I start complaining about what he's just trying to do. I'm also meanwhile trying to set up something here, so that is why I'm a little bit distracted. But yeah, overall, I think uh, comfortable game. We knew that their defense is weak, and then Odegaard with that pass. Declan Rice, obviously, Declan Rice had another great game, just another great game in a great season he has been having. no problems at all for Declan Rice. And I don't think like a player coming from injury, having his knee swollen, and then to just come up and just give this performance, it's absolutely magnificent. And we are lucky to have such as a player like this. He's probably in the top three midfielders in the world. I'll always say that Pedri is the best midfielder in the world because that is the player I like. And even in this duo where Zoe Mendy Rice duo, I've always liked Zoe Mendy more. I've always liked in the Partey Rice duo. I've always liked Partey more as a footballer because I like the passing, I like the composure, I like players who can take the ball on half turn and then wriggle past two, three players. And basically, our only problem, what we did in the first half, our major problem is that we don't make passes here. We don't, when we receive balls here, we are not comfortable passing in these zones, which Trossard does, which Gabriel Jesus does, which Bukayo Saka does. Even when Madueke was getting the ball here, he would never pass to Martin Odegaard. The moment Saka was on the pitch, he passed to Martin Odegaard and they combined and we scored a goal. Easy, just e- in a very easy way. Even Martin Zubimendi and Odegaard, I felt like a lot of times Martin Zubimendi was not Zubimendi was not passing to Odegaard at all. He was always trying to go on the left side when Odegaard was asking for a pass, and then we were trying to access this area. But Martinelli again, he is not a starter. He's simply not a starter. When in the last phase of the game, when Bournemouth are leaving spaces at the back, and you can run with a through ball or even a long ball you can give from the back, a Gabriel long ball to Gabriel Martinelli and him running at their defenders. That is much more of a suited game plan, but obviously Trossard needed a rest, but I think that was an apt time to bring in Ebereche. I don't know why Ebereche is not playing, but I know, but I don't get like how long you will not play him because it is getting a little bit silly now. I don't think you should like go on for like you shouldn't be so harsh to someone. Like, I know he made a mistake and these are not the standards as Arteta says it, but I think you should be much more lenient. And yeah, let's check the player ratings. What are the player ratings, and let's see if they have given it. Joker is obviously 6.6. Just he doesn't look the part. He obviously doesn't look the part. Saliba and Gabriel haven't gotten good points, and I don't know. Martin Zubimendi 8.1. I thought I didn't think it was that good, but I think he was fine. I didn't have any problem with his performance. Madueke obviously getting a green mark. I don't know how Martinelli has gotten a green mark, but okay. And even to be honest, Trossard when he came and he was trying to go past players, he was trying to make passes. He was not that good as well. If you look at Trossard, he has got 5.7, which is significantly lower than everyone else. Gabriel Jesus also looked a little unfit. He didn't look fit enough to be running and pressing their defense. So that was a bit disappointing to watch him struggle with fitness. It was not a skill set issue, it was not a temperament issue or lack of effort. I simply thought that he was incapable of doing that. Julian Timber again, someone was saying he's not doing that well, but I really feel like Julian Timber is always on it. Like 7 is his bare minimum, and he's always consistent, just like Declan Rice. The only problem with a Declan Rice Zoemendi midfield, where I prefer sometimes to also watch technical midfield, like we played against Aston Villa, is that just simply passing from in these zones. This box, I don't think we are ambitious enough in our passes to access these zones. We are always going from here to here, and then we try to combine, and we then try to run here. Again, we go here. Odegaard passes here. Then, if Saka is not there, if Saka is there, then we try to form this triangle. But if he's not there, then Madueke also tries to go from here. So basically, our only form of attack becomes this. And sometimes when Odegaard gets the ball, this whole area is already packed, and they are not scared of our wingers going this side. and that cost Bournemouth in this game. But I don't think it is sustainable enough, and we have shown enough success from whatever these zones we try to pass the ball from. I think if we can access this area where we bring the composure from midfield, and I think Declan Rice has improved a lot in this season. When the season started, I was not happy with him where he was passing, etc. But I think he has also learned and improved a lot. Odegaard is doing very well. I think he comes too deep sometimes, and he has to take the mantle. One point he was playing with Saliba and Gabriel went on a run, so he was our second center back as well. But I also don't think when Odegaard is running back and someone is running at him, their opposition attacker, I don't think Odegaard is a reliable defender. I don't think he's a reliable uh, player to tackle someone or go on a win a aerial duel or any kind of duel. So I don't think he should be in those areas tracking back. But he's the captain; he takes all the responsibility. So that is why he does that. And then Odegaard comes up with he sets it on a plate for Declan Rice. Declan Rice, absolutely brilliant, like a true elite midfielder who will be in the Ballon d'Or debates very soon. That is how Declan Rice is playing. And I told you that Bournemouth will give space here. They will sit back very deep. So you will get space. So what are you going to do? Your midfielders, Zubimendi, Declan Rice, and Odegaard coming and running to the box, making these runs to the box. They need to score from here, and that is what happened. Bournemouth said their defensive line was too deep. They left those spaces, and Declan Rice was there at the right time. At Odegaard finding him, then Bukayo Saka finding him, clinical and as it should have been very comfortable. But then Bournemouth coming up with a wonder goal. Like you cannot do. Like I know people are saying David Raya's positioning and all that, and if you would have seen the Aston Villa game, their goalkeeper was pathetic. Like the first goal he conceded, and then he caused them two goals. Basically, he caused them the whole game. So as a goalkeeper, obviously you look at the saves, you look at the distribution, etc. But I think the best attribute of a goalkeeper, top quality goalkeeper, is his positioning, because the goal is big. If you are a human being, if you are 6 foot human being, then also the goal is huge. So to know where your both posts are, where you are positioned, and where the player are coming at that intensity when the player is going to shoot at you, it is the most important attribute in any goalkeeper. And I thought probably you could question David right there. And if we check the rating, he has got only 5.9. So that is, I think that is a little bit harsh, but okay. Even the Vitality Stadium camera angles, etc. Those are not really pretty to watch. So Bournemouth games always have a different feeling to it, and yeah, it feels a bit like Luton Town game. It like Bournemouth have done well for themselves, so they should have a bigger stadium than whatever they are having. They should have a better camera angle as well, but right now they just don't. Like Cristiano Ronaldo has come to the Vitality Stadium for to play a game. Real Madrid came here, so like renovate, increase the capacity, improve the camera or something maybe. But yeah, so even as a fan, if you're watching, the camera angles are so messy, like they are so, you feel so close to the players. It's not even beautiful. Football doesn't seem that beautiful when you're watching in this camera angle. So those things make it always weird at the Vitality Stadium. We have seen three threes. We have seen we lost last season. We have also seen us destroy Bournemouth in 2022-23 season. So we have had a lot of memories from this stadium, and it has never disappointed in terms of entertainment. And at the end, as the commentators were saying a lot, which I didn't find this game that entertaining, like the commentators were saying, and they were praising Bournemouth a lot and telling how they are the entertainers of the league, this and that. To be very honest, if you are entertaining, are you entertaining your own fans or are you entertaining just the neutrals? Because if you look at their position in the table, They are now getting themselves in a relegation scrap, but these three teams are absolutely awful. Although I predicted Wolves to win, so they won, but yeah, I don't know what Bournemouth are doing right now, so I don't know about them. Let's not care about them. This is a huge win. We needed this win and we needed to keep the momentum. And now we have a 4 point lead and we are going to play Liverpool. We are going to play Man United. We can afford to drop both and still be top of the table. Probably. Not really. Maybe, Man City will go ahead of us on goal difference if that happens. But I think to give yourself, allow yourself uh, some space, some distance from the second position, to allow yourselves to have a bad day. That is very crucial in this Premier League season because it is so intense. Manchester City cannot afford a bad day against Chelsea. They cannot afford a bad day against Manchester United away from home. They just simply cannot. Any away from home game now that they play, they have to play more away difficult fixtures away from home than we have to play. And let's even check that side of things. Let's even check the fixtures they are going to have as compared to us. And if I show that to you, they are going to play Chelsea, then they are going to play Brighton, but they are going to also play Man United, Tottenham, and Liverpool away from home in their next one, two, three, four, five, six fixtures. And we now have to play Liverpool at home. We have to play Manchester United at home. We have to play Sunderland at home. So all our difficult fixtures are at home. Nottingham Forest away is going to be very similar to Bournemouth, but they are pretty much lesser attacking threat and more defensive solidity. They'll be very solid in the middle of the park. You'll need to attack them from the wings only. And yeah, I don't know what is going to happen. Aston Villa again won with a screamer and a few dodgy mistakes from the keeper, but these fixtures are easier, I feel, as compared to what Manchester City are going to have. And yeah, I just feel like we are in a very good position. If we beat Liverpool, I think, yeah, we can be very positive that we are going to take this league. And if Manchester City drop points to Chelsea, which I can see that happening, it is not outside the realms of possibility, like it can never happen. It would give us, like, we can believe, we can start to believe, we can start to dream, we can start to book our tickets to the parade. And yeah, it has been a sorry, it has been a long time coming. So let's see what happens. Let's see where we go from here. But it is pretty positive for now. And yeah, I'll see you previewing the Liverpool game. And until then, keep smiling, stay happy, and just keep supporting Arsenal. Bye.